I'm at the library. Good Wi-Fi. I can charge everything up. There's 3 people. I better keep on moving. Look what's right in front of me. The Mormon Church. Quiet room. You're right here. Oh, jeez. Heavy door. Here we go. Cooley's house, where it used to be, right there. That tower. The light, what do you call that? At the harbor? Lighthouse. That's a lighthouse. Right? Sort of. But look at this. It's Wednesday. Oh, man. Yeah, Wednesday. I can't tell is it working? Okay. The sun is different, so it's slowing down what I see. Wednesday at 9:22. I had to wait till 9 o'clock for the library to open. It's January 20th, 2016. My parents, my mother and biological father and biological mother's second anniversary is today of their second wedding. I think it's their second wedding. And that's how they power those. Okay. And on this date, in 1982, Shannon Leanne Long was born. On this date, and I was the first person to hold her besides the nurse. I raised her for 4 years. I flew from San Diego to Phoenix we held a birthday party on Martin Luther King weekend. It was January 19th. On January 20th, went to somebody's house and about 20 people were there. We had a barbecue and beer and food and snacks for hours and celebrated Shannon's 4th birthday. Terry Long was there. Yeah, it was just Terry and Shannon. I didn't see Amy and Brandy or Steve. They were with their father. But on Saturday, after I made that video that I'm going to be homeless, which I am still, I asked for prayers. I called the police and told him what's up. Then I asked for some help. I said, I need to get my stuff out of that room, the Snowy River Inn, somehow to my storage unit, about a mile away, maybe a mile and a half, but it'll take 4 or 5 trips on foot. I can only do a little bit at a time. It'll take me all day. And I got till noon to check out. So he went into his SUV. Nice guy, young policeman. I told him that the day before is the truth. On Friday, I applied to be a Cedar Patrol officer. And he went in his car, got on his cell phone, and made some phone calls for about half an hour. Then he came back out and he goes, Lee, help's on its way. And he said, 2 people with pickup trucks are coming to help you. I said, do you mind if I ask you who? Before they get here and how long it's going to take? Will it be an hour, hour and a half? He said, I don't know, about an hour and a half. That's what he said, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And he said he's sending 2 Mormons. So I waited about an hour, walked to the deuce of clubs in my socks, and I made sure I looked up and down the road. Didn't see anybody. So I got my bag, my black bag, with my drinks. Didn't have any ice. Didn't have any Diet Pepsi or ice for my Diet Pepsi. I wandered up to the giant Conoco and filled my mug with ice, my Circle K cup with ice, and came down to my room and got a Diet and filled it with Diet Pepsi. And I had a can of Red Bull in there, and I poured half that can or so in that with that Diet Pepsi. Then I went outside and sat down. Then I had a conversation with the people next door who just came for one night. And we were talking. And before they left, the guy walked up to me and gave me $8. Then he went back and talked to the girl driving, and she gave him a $20 bill. He gave it to me. I sat down, they pulled out, I sat down in my chair outside the door, and my ashtray was gone. But they had just given me $28. I think they took it, but that's the only thing I could think of. And it didn't matter anymore. They left, and all of a sudden a white pickup truck pulled in right where they were. He got out, looked lost, and he goes, "Is there a Thomas Dell here?" I said, "You mean Thomas Lee Bell?" He goes, "Probably." I said, "That's me. I'm right here." Are you a Mormon?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, it's me." We talked for a minute. I said, "Are you with that church right there?" He said, "Yes, that's my church." Then a couple minutes later, another guy, an older guy, this guy was about 35 years old. And the older guy came and helped me out too. He's a Mormon from that church right there. And I was like, we hurried. I tried to be as efficient and as smart as I could, and we loaded all my stuff up in the snow and ice in the back of their icy trucks. Try to keep everything dry, my Chromebook, everything. Blankets, pillows, that kind of stuff. We drove to my storage place. And the next day, I was talking to them. That day I was talking to them. They told me to be at that church at 11 o'clock in the morning. At that church right there, the Mormon Church. The original Mormon Church of Shiloh. That was formed in about 1870. After Coley and had that card game and formed the Deuce, he had the Deuce of Clubs that they named the Deuce of Clubs after, right? That was where he lived, right there. That property formed Shiloh. And so, they helped me out. Oh, they told me to be at 11 o'clock. So I didn't know what to do. So I came back down here to McDonald's and got something to eat. And then I started carrying my stuff back to my storage unit. Opened the door, took my thin mattress, a couple of blankets in my pillow, and 2 towels, and tried to make it as warm as I could. I shut the door. It's about 10 o'clock at night on May 16th. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I realized I was starting to get hyperthermia. My left toes were getting frostbitten. So it took me 5 minutes to get back on my feet, get my glasses on, and get some light in there. thank goodness I had my headlight. I still can't find my spotlight. And for 2 days, I didn't know where my blood pressure was, medicine, or my vitamins. But I found those. But I can't find my, pills from Dr. Yeager. But anyhow, I'm fine. So that night, I went down to Circle K, then Woody's laundromat / convenience store. I talked to a guy named John. Became friends with him and warmed up in there, in this convenience store, in the bathroom. Then for hours I hung out at Woody's laundromat. About 4:30, I came down here to Deuce Clubs, and went to the Thunderbird, and talked to my friend Dave. As I was at his door, and I heard him. I wasn't going to knock at first, but I was cold. I wanted to warm up for about 5 or 10 minutes, really. And he wasn't feeling very good. He had bronchitis really bad. He was wheezing and coughing so loud that I heard him outside. So I knocked on his door to make sure he was okay. I was concerned. He might need an ambulance, that kind of thing. Then he let me in, and we talked for 15 or 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then I left about 4:30, until 4:30. And I didn't know where to go exactly. I went down to Suds and Spuds. I went into the middle washing, where they had the sprayers and washing cars off with. And I was so cold. I had stuff in my arms. I needed to rest. I wait till 5 o'clock for McDonald's to open up. Then I stood there and looked at that lighthouse. It was lit. That was my beacon of hope. Right there, about 200 yards away. Then I walked over to McDonald's at 5:03 in the morning. And as soon as Andrea, the manager on duty, opened the door, there I was. And I was the first the first customer in McDonald's that morning. I got a sausage burrito. And I wandered around and hung out and talked to people and charged myself back up. Then about 8 o'clock, about 7 o'clock, I got 2 sausages and egg McMuffins. Sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffins for $3.33. I ate one, saved one for later. Then I went outside behind the dumpster at McDonald's, and the sun came up. Beautiful, beautiful day. The best day of the year, January 17th. And I hung out for over 5 hours at McDonald's. I had plenty of food by then, and drinks. Yeah, my bag's back there. Drinks, water and stuff. And I was okay. I survived that night. I never slept. I almost did. I just rested, and froze. But I survived. And about 10 minutes till 11, I started wandering from McDonald's to that church right there. And I walked in that, I'll show you. I walked outside. Okay. I met the guy the other day. See a Safeway cart right there? That's my stuff in there. Huntington Health and Rehabilitation bag. Right there. Full of my vitamins, lecithin, etc. The only thing I can't find is my B complex and my aspirin. I don't know where they are. In my vitamin A. I'm like, somehow it got separated. It's probably right inside my storage locker unit. Anyhow, I walked from McDonald's, right up the street, right here. This isn't Coley. What is this? Hall? Is that what that says? I think it says Hall Street. Yeah. I walked right up here. Let me figure this out. Make it safe. Ooh, jeez. Not even. Smooth. Here we go. Keep my head on a swivel. 11th Street. Nice blinker. 11th Street and Hall. Okay. Hall. That is Hall. Okay, this is Hall. I wandered up that street right there. And halfway here, I started praying. And going, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Mani Padme Hum. And I commanded my heart to open up. My chakra in my heart. Then I did Om Buddha Shring Atate Shirya Shusamna Patina Jiva Om Parma Shiva Shusamna Patina. By the time I finished that, I was about right there. Then I walked through that door right there. That door right there. I walked in there about 20 feet and some young guy greeted me, about 30 years old. Nice fellow. I said, hello, how you doing? I'm wearing my Carhartt. I'm bundled up. He introduced me to two younger gals. They'll show you around if you want. I said, of course not. One was Japanese. I forget her name. You missed something. And one was Christiana or something like that. And anyhow, they're beautiful, nice. But the Japanese one, I told her that I spent 2 years in Japan on the Midway, Yokosuka. My favorite places were Kamakura, Yokohama, Tokyo, but Kamakura overall, where the Buddha was my favorite city of all. I would go there and go to the shrines and wander around and have a beer with curry rice, and really enjoy myself there by myself. But I wandered in there and met those girls. And they escorted me the entire way around. And they call themselves sisters. And now the missionaries, they're called elders. Not like they used to be, where the old man of the congregation was the elder. Now the missionaries are elders, I guess. I still have to be taught that. So then I went in there to the main chapel. We had service. And everything they said agreed with me, finally. And some lady named Linda, who was Japanese, Americanized, Japanese. She was nervous at first. And she spoke beautifully. And everything she said jived with me. So right then, halfway through her talk, is when I thought to myself, this is it. That's going to be my church. I'm going to be a Mormon. I told them that. I walked outside, looked at the sun, smoked a couple tokes off my cigarette, Walked back in that door, went to the bathroom, and shoved water on my face because I wasn't able to shave. And it washed my hair. And I didn't have my hat on. I had my winter cap on. I didn't have my Indy hat with me. My hair was a mess. I wanted to make it look better, so I took my fingers and, rub it around. And went back to the congregation. And to make a long story short, I told everybody that I'm going to join your church and become a Mormon, a real Mormon. They are real Mormons. And everything they said agreed with me. I told them that in 1981, I had a couple of missionaries come to my house for about 8 weeks with Terry Long when I was living with her in Akron, Ohio on Grant Street. In the same house that their parents lived at. Her parents lived in when they went to Florida, and we took it over, see? Until May 5th, when we left for Naples, Florida, that's where I lived with her. That's where Shannon was born. In that house, at the hospital, but that's where she lived. And Amy and Brandy, and at that time, Steve was with his father. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm still homeless. But last night I was able to stay at Woody's laundromat. A guy named George. I told George, and he'd let me stay there. 2 nights ago, some guy met at the Salvation Army Christmas dinner, and his sister were at the laundromat. I was just there trying to charge my stuff up and keep warm. And we were talking about various things, and before they left, they gave me $50. 2 20s and a 10. I was already talking with the guy who was an Indian. His girlfriend or sister or something. I think girlfriend. He was kind of drunk though, but she wasn't. And we were talking. He was trying to get money from me. Like $20. I said, I can't give you 20. I just got $50. I went next door and bought a pack of cigarettes. Not Marlboro Menthol 100s, but regular menthol. They didn't have 100s. I gave him half the cigarettes. I said, isn't that enough? You want more money? Huh? I don't owe you anything. Anyhow, we talked. They eventually took me to my storage. I got my shaving kit, my shower kit, and my Chromebook and stuff like that. Went to a place called the Bear Paw, and it was $40 a night. And we got there about 11 o'clock. I got my Chromebook out and it connected to a bar's Wi-Fi. Hello.
How you doing?
Huh. That's the guy I met at Woody's the other night. He wanted a cigarette. I said, no problem. Guess what he gave me?